Hi everyone, Aidan's Adventures in Airtime here, and I don't know if you can tell by my background, but I'm currently at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's the opening day for the park today, 10th of February. Basically come to see Icon. I don't even have a wristband, I have a Pleasure Beach pass. I'm here about an hour early than I need to be just so I can have a look around from the outside. So let's take a look and see what we can see of Icon from the outside, and then we'll go in and have a look. It's chucking it down at the moment. It's really wet. It's typical Blackpool weather, but should be fun. Okay, so this is exciting. First bit of Icon that I've been able to see. There's a big, I think it's called a dive loop up there. Okay, so now I'm right across the tram tracks. The sea is right there. It's really cold. But yeah, you can see that bit of loop there on Icon, and then you can see a little bit more there, and you can't really see where it goes through the big one, weirdly. It is absolutely freezing today. I'm kind of glad I'm not going on any rides because my hands are like ice cold already. I've only been here about 10 minutes. It's so cold. You can see a bit more through here, through the gap between, that's the Star Hotel, which is getting knocked down I think, and this building here, which I'm not sure if this is staying or not. You can see it, a lot of Icon track through there with steeplechase behind and Skyfall in the foreground. Wow, this is looking really cool. I'm excited to get in the park and see this in person now, like a bit closer, because it's all I've seen so far is images of it. So yeah, here you can actually see where it goes through the big one. See a little bit more here. I'm at the side of the Big Blue Hotel now. See a little bit of the track there. That's when it dives around the steeplechase, I think. Yeah, looks like it. And then you can just see there in the centre where it goes over the big one. Well, through the big one supports, not over the big one. What am I talking about? I've been walking around the park and you can't really see much more of Icon from outside the park, so I'm gonna go back around to the entrance now. There. See that? Just a little bit there. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get in there. See a bit more. So it does look like Coasters is getting a complete renovation at the moment. There's those little booths that used to be right on the front there, they've completely gone. In fact, the whole building's been stripped back, and either it's been rebuilt or they've probably stripped it right down and built it back up again, because it looks all quite new. And you can see they've built like a, I don't know how to describe it really, like a terrace kind of thing I suppose, where you can you'll be able to probably sit out there and you'll be right next to the brake run, which will be really cool. I like how they've done that, that's a good idea. I was wondering if they were going to keep those booths or not, because they were a bit shabby. I've eaten in those booths that they were like some little booths that stuck out the side of there, but they were a bit shabby towards in the last few years. So yeah, they're keeping this building, which is cool. Here's the poster which everyone has only recently seen. It's an interesting design. It's an interesting design. I noticed somebody pointed out you could see a bit of a blue fire still somewhere. Oh no, this is a different one I think. But that's a cool poster. Interesting design of train, if that's what it's gonna look like. Looks like it's kind of got snake skin, like a gold chrome snake skin kind of thing. So that's cool. I don't know if we're actually going to see icon logos there as it shows on there or not, but either way, it looks really cool. So they're going to have a new food option later this year, I'm guessing. Got a big one. Just going over the top. I feel sorry for anyone oh no, nobody's on that train. I was going to say, it's not nice right now. You can see in here they're working on the station. You can see they've been doing plastering work, and it looks like it's got. It's interesting. It's hard, you can't really tell what's happening with the theming, if there's been any theming or what. It looks like they're doing the ceiling at the moment. If you look in there, they're doing stuff up above the station. No sign of a train yet. I don't know if it's in there on the transfer track, because there is a bit of storage in there I think, but I don't know if the train's here yet. So yeah, you can see they're using the new poster everywhere. And it looks like they're still working on this path down here, which I guess will be like another way to get to the ride when it's done. So you can see here, Icon completely like dominates this section now. This was all open air section before, and now it's sort of like smack dab in the middle. But it looks really good. It does look a little bit messy in areas, but I'm sure once they've finished tidying it up and all the construction fences have gone, it'll be okay. This is a shot of Steeplechase. Ewan was worried in the last podcast that they might block off the sign of Steeplechase. You can see there is a big support straight through the middle of it, but it looks okay. It doesn't look too bad. Here they've got their new fence to like fence off the area where Icon gets really low. I think it looks really nice. They've chosen like a good style. It's like a modern but it's a bit quirky, like the quirky like wavy fence. It looks good. They made a good choice, and it matches the supports it looks like as well, so keeping it in style. We don't know what's going to happen with these supports. The The supports have all got like concrete forming bits around, and then plastic bags around for some reason. So I'm not sure if there's a reason behind that or not. But you can see here it goes through the big one, does this loop round. It goes over to the steeplechase section, and then it comes back, and then it goes inline twist, then goes back through. Skyforce there in the background, and yeah, just another angle of this track. They're fitting a lot of track in a little bit of space. You can't really tell on camera that well, but it's come so close to supports and the rest of the track, and the supports right in the center of like the entrance area for Skyforce. Supports everywhere really. And here's where it goes over the fence to the steeplechase section. And it comes down really low to the steeplechase horses. It comes quite close when a steeplechase horse goes underneath. There's not a lot of headroom, which is quite cool. I didn't get a chance to ride steeplechase, but I spoke to somebody who did, and they said it's really, really good being able to see the track just above your head. Here's some horses going through now, actually. And here's a hole that I think they've made this hole for vehicles and things like that to get through. But I imagine that's only temporary. Here you can see like an overview of the area with all of the track twisting around and the big Airtime hill in the background. You can see the dive loop all the way in the back there with Big Dipper behind it. Got the arches of the Big Dipper and the big one. And you pan round, then you've got like a new Airtime hill. You've got all this twisty track. It's great, isn't it? So I'm in Burger King now. So you can see there's a good view from Burger King, and you can see how it goes over the track. The bit of the track there, that's where it goes first. It goes round over there, then down underneath, and it comes back around and back over. And you can see there the horses are. In person, it looks a lot closer. I imagine if you put your arms up, you wouldn't be too far off, but they'll have made sure that the clearance is safe and everything, obviously. So we'll go through into the Skyforce, next to Skyforce now. And yeah, this took a big chunk out of this section here, but it still looks okay. And there's the first drop. After the head chopper. First, like off the top of the first hill, then you got the first drop, curves round, and there's the two tracks that go to steeplechase and then come back from steeplechase. It's a bit of a grey day today. It looks a lot better when you're actually there and you see it yourself, but it was a very grey, dark kind of day, so it doesn't. I imagine in summer the track will look a lot brighter and a lot more eye-catching, whereas at the moment it looks quite drab, but it's just because of the weather, really. There's a close-up of that sign with the support straight across it. But they don't have much choice, really. They don't have a huge amount of room. So the big one, the big daddy of the Pleasure Beach, once the world's largest coaster, and now it's got a new twisty Mac next to it. So again, I'm next to Skyforce here. There's the big graphic, and then there's some cables and either cables or pipes here. I'm not sure if they're for Icon. I'm guessing they are. A few different types of things that they must be using to help construct it. Through there, you can just see there's like a sharp turnaround section where it comes around and dives down and goes straight back up. It's really like a sharp section. And then you can see in the background the dive loop, and you can see like sort of how it goes. Like goes quite far, spreads quite far around the site where the Tom Sawyer Bridge and lake was. Some more of the plastic bags on the supports there. You can see where like the supports are branching over where the Pleasure Beach Express is. Obviously, a lot of rides have had to do that as well. such as the big one, which is built basically on top of the Pleasure Beach Express. And there's the hill. Goes down, does a sharp loop, then goes over, comes back. The inline twist is really snappy. That inline twist is like it's gonna be good, that one, I think. Camera's a bit shaky. It was absolutely freezing, so sorry about that. And Skyforce, thrilling passengers. You can see there's not much clearance in there. The track sort of comes down from that that inline twist, and it does like it's like banked left and then it banks right really quickly. It's like a quick, like snappy S bend kind of thing. There's not a lot of room. It's really tight inside that section with the supports around it and the track around it. It's gonna feel very head choppery in there. Not just on the first lift, on the first hill, but that is very tight. Like, I imagine there's not a lot of space in there, so that's gonna be very interesting to go through. You can see here the wooden forms for the concrete bases on the supports, right in front of Skyforce, right next to that new ride area that they've built with the nice new fence. Just want to give you a perspective of how close it is to everything. Another shot here of the horses, the steeplechase horses going underneath. You can see how close it is there, a lot better than before. That bit of track is quite low. Yeah, you can see the unfinished section there. There was rumours that the track was completely finished. But you can see there is about 5 sections missing there, and there's some launch track that's not there as well. We did notice a random support in the middle of there that we couldn't work out what it was for. You can't really see it there. There you go. You can see the top of it there. We don't know what that support's for, because it doesn't really make sense to us as like the rest of the layout. So if anyone knows what that support's for, let me know, because we can't work it out. So yeah, so far, it's interesting to see Icon in person. It looks a lot better in person, as things usually do. It looks a lot bigger in person. It looks a lot more. It looks like it fits in a lot more than you'd realise. I'm actually a lot more excited for it than I was before. I was already pretty excited for it, but now I'm even more excited. I've just been going around the park trying to get some sneak peeks of different angles I've not seen before, because so far all we've seen is what the Blackpool Facebook page or Amanda Thompson have been posting. But it's good to see some different angles and things that you wouldn't normally see. Like, you can see behind me, you can sort of see the station work behind. It's a difficult ride to photograph at the moment because all of like the paths that go near it are closed. So the only ways to see it are from like a distance or in the steeplechase area. That's easy enough to get to. But yeah, the park is struggling a little bit today. The big one has been running and then stopping and then running and then stopping, but it is very windy, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's the reason why. It's really, really windy. They keep testing it and then not testing it and then testing it, and I don't know if anyone's been on it today. I don't think so. I don't think Avalanche has been open, or it wasn't earlier. Might be now. Big Dipper's running, the Nickelodeon Streak's running, Revolution's running. Just a lot of things are closed, like this behind me. The Grand Prix, that's closed. But so is the Pleasure Beach Express, but that's all to do with icon construction, so I guess that's fair enough. I didn't buy a wristband today, I brought a Pleasure Beach pass, and because of that I don't get to go on anything anyway, so I'm not going to complain. It's too cold to go on anything anyway really today, to be honest. One thing I will say is I did make fun of the name Icon a little bit at first, just because like calling it an icon doesn't mean it's going to be an icon, but seeing it in person, if it rides well, if it runs fast and it has a bit of airtime, it could be a world-class coaster. It really could. Yeah, it could be really good. I'm so excited, honestly. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I just wish it was like open and running now. I just really want to go. But yeah, I'm going to keep going around the park. Like I say, I've got a Pleasure Beach pass, so I can't actually go on anything apart from, I think normally the Pleasure Beach Express is included with that, but that's not open today, so I can go on River Caves instead, but I don't really want to go on that, so, you know, never mind. Okay, so I'm back at the car. I've left the Pleasure Beach now for today. It's only 2 PM, but I've got to go. I've got other things to do, so yeah, I'm going now. But yeah, I haven't ridden anything today, which is weird. It's the first time I've been to the Pleasure Beach and not been on a single ride. I just bought a Pleasure Beach pass because I knew I didn't have time really to go on rides and film as well. So I've just filmed things. Hopefully it's all come out okay. It was constantly raining for the first like 3 hours, or 2 or 3 hours I was here, so my camera was constantly getting drenched, and it's a DSLR, so I didn't want it to break, and yeah. So hopefully it's not come out really blurry. If it has, this will be quite a short video. If it's come out okay, I'll use it. Yeah, they managed to get big one open in the end. What else? The Revolution was open, the Avalanche took a while. Just when I was just leaving then, there was this one staff member riding at the front, and as she went up the lift hill she was shouted down to everybody like, oh, it'll be open in a minute. I thought that was quite amusing. Something you'd only see in Blackpool probably. But yeah, great. I'm really happy to see this ride being built. It's really exciting. I can't wait to get on it when it opens. Hopefully should be there for when the actual opening day of Icon. I don't know when that's going to be yet, it's not confirmed. Me and my friend Matt, who was also there, he noticed there's a big support that's in the centre of the layout that's sort of taller than everything else, and there's no track connected to it. And we're wondering what it's for, because it doesn't match up with the rest of the layout really. So I'll try and edit in a bit of footage here or a picture. See what you think, because it's definitely a support for coaster track, but where the track's going to come from, I have no idea. So yeah, see if you can work that one out. Yeah, but it's coming up really nicely. They don't have much more track work to do. They've got a lot of tidying up and things to do around the layout, because at the moment the supports are just like placed around the steeplechase area and the big one area, but they're not tidied up, they're just fenced off, so it doesn't look 100% right now, but should look good. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a like, comment with your thoughts or what else you'd like to see, and subscribe, because we're going to be getting to more parks this year, around the world as well, not just England. We're going to be trying to get to Icon's opening, so yeah, should be awesome. Thanks for watching, see you later, bye!